Good morning. It's November 15th, Mondays, 9:30 Pacific time. And I've got some great recipes to share with you guys that I've been testing, and I've been reading about all the benefits, the emotional benefits and the physical benefits that I'd like to share. It's always, when you go back and you read stuff, you're like, wow, I forgot that, or I don't remember reading that. You just new information sifting in. Kind of like when you watch an old movie that you haven't seen in a while and you're like, I don't remember that. That's interesting. So the blend that I'm diffusing this morning, and I'm going to show you how to make it into a roller, is a focus blend. Let me show you where that's at. That was with lemon. Let me hunt that down really quick. So I'm using the book called Elements of Emotion. Here, let me put me on spotlight so you guys can see. This is by Desiree de Luna, but her real last name is Mandagog. But I just really love this book. It's got really great recipes, and she's an acupuncturist. So the information that she shares is all about like the elements of the earth, and also the different temperatures for the body and all of the organs. So like, for example, cinnamon would be hot, and peppermint would be cool, things like that. Let me find you guys that lemon real quick, because that was where I found it. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have that. ML. I feel like I'm getting close. It's in the L's. LE. There it is. Okay. So the spirit of lemon, and she says the temperature is warm. The channels of the body, so that would be the meridian lines. Like when the acupuncturist does the needles, they're following the channels to open up. So if your liver goes to, all the way down your legs and back up around your ear, there's all these different spots. That's the channel. So for the channels, it's lungs, spleen, and stomach. The flavor, bitter and pungent. The elements are metal and earth. And the physical actions that lemon does in the body is it circulates stomach energy, resolves damp and phlegm, and strengthens the spleen. The spirit of lemon is one of efficiency. He is vigorous and knows how to get things done. There's nothing more frustrating than when a simple task takes 10 times longer than it should. Lemon radically changes your pace, especially when your movements resembles molasses. He cuts through the grease in your body and your life and makes everything he touches sparkly clean. Sometimes it can be hard to get to the things that really need our attention. We often dread starting because the task feels heavy and impossible. Instead of adopting the age-old mantra, I'll take care of it tomorrow, bring in lemon. He will move you to face the task head on. He is the ultimate productivity and efficiency expert with the ability to school each and every one of us on time efficiency. There's people trying to get in. You admit. Lemon gets us into the zone of deep focus, and we find ourselves dedicated to the tasks that have the highest return on investment. This laser-like concentration yields to completing tasks in nearly half the time. Lemon goes in deep. He takes care of business, and then he's done. In the end, he does things better and faster, allowing for more time to play. The earth element is grounded and practical. She knows how to distribute resources to maximize the health of each organ. A strong spleen key, like the energy, is vital to the efficiency of Earth's distribution as she sends blood and nutrient to appropriate amounts to each organ and meridian. So, I love there's more information on this, but when she talks about he or she, she's literally, hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Hi, Carolina. Morning. I'm just
Hello.
reading from the Elements of Emotion, and we're talking about focus this morning. Because I know when there's a lot of emotions going on, there's a lot of tasks to be done. and we get overwhelmed or just frozen, and we're like, okay, well, where do I start? And, like, I can't really move past the emotions to get these things done. And then it makes us feel mad at ourselves or shame. It's like this like whole cycle of, so we use the plant medicine to move through the muck so that we can get our stuff done, and then we don't feel all the negative effects of not doing what we need to get done. So I am the queen of procrastination, and I'm sure we all feel that way, even though it's not true. There's still so much that we get done in a day. But this morning I've been diffusing this blend, so that this page is 111 in this book. And it talks about lemon, but they also give diffuser blends. And I'm going to talk about how to convert that into a roller. So this blend is lemon, Douglas fir, green mandarin, and cedarwood. So for the diffuser blend, she says 4 drops lemon,
Douglas fir,
3 drops Douglas fir, 2 mandarin, green mandarin, and 1 cedarwood. And this is called In the Zone diffuser blend.
How much lemon?
4 drops lemon.
That's okay. Got it.
Yeah, I can write it in the chat too if you like. So this is called Dive into Unprecedented Focus. Add the drops of each essential oil in order to the diffuser of your choice. Diffuse in the zone in order to dive into unprecedented focus. Not only will you complete things in a fraction of the time it normally would have taken, but the level of quality delivered will astound you. More through your day feeling proud of yourself and your accomplishments. Allow lemon to bring in quality yang energy. So that's male energy. Yin is female energy. So that you can experience quality yin energy as you find more time in your schedule for pleasure. So that's what we all want, right? We want to be able to get all our work done so we can have more play. So I want to make this into a roller because this is the time of gift giving, and I also want to make one for me. So we've got lemon, Douglas fir, green mandarin, and cedarwood. So the highest.
What would you call the roller?
She calls this diffuser blend In the Zone.
Okay, diffuser.
But I don't know.
In the zone?
I'm gonna call it a focus blend.
That's what I have. I put focus. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm not going to remember what In the Zone means. I'll just think of auto zone.
Yep.
So I've got my rollies. I have plans today. I'm going to make rollers. I'm going to make scrubs. So if you guys are expert roller blend makers, you might have figured out that having a pump to make your blends is like so much easier. It's ridiculous because then you can just go squirt, 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 squirt instead of trying to go like, oh God, it's gonna spill everywhere. Or, some other ways I've done it is if I just have a paper cup and then I'll squeeze it, and then that makes it really easy to pour. So I've got my oils here.
Okay, is that your fractionated coconut oil?
Actually, I'm gonna use, this is sweet almond oil.
Ooh, okay.
So, you can make a choice we've got all kinds of carrier oils. doTERRA's got 3 or 4 different ones now.
Yeah.
Not just fractionated coconut oil. So, but this one I just got on Amazon just because it's a bigger bottle. So I'm going to triple the recipe. So instead of 4 drops lemon, I'm going to do 12 for my 10 mil roller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And what's the next one? It was 3 green mandarin.
Douglas fir? No,
was
Douglas fir.
Let me
3.
see. Oh yeah, you're right. So it's 3 Douglas fir. So I'll do 9. Normally, I don't really love Douglas fir because it's so sweet. But I was reading last night of all the things it does, and because I'm struggling so much to focus, it's It's weird. I love it right now. So sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it, but because of the need that I have, and I know probably you guys do, you might be like, I haven't smelled it in a while. Weird that I like it, you know? Okay. And Douglas fir comes from New Zealand. It's one of the ones that doTERRA makes that it's one of it's not indigenous to New Zealand. So it actually overtook some of their forestry and it was like jacking up their trees. So the country of New Zealand, the government was already cutting the trees down. They're like, we don't want this stuff around because it's hurting our indigenous trees. And so doTERRA was like, oh, perfect. You guys don't want it. We'll take it. So it's doing an environmental service and it's also really good for helping the planet. So I like that. So we're going to take, what did we say? It was in the diffuser blend, there's 3. So we're going to do 9 in the roller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's good.
Oh, good.
Good. Okay. And then the next one is green mandarin. So if there's 2 here, so we'll do 6 of green mandarin. Green mandarin is so good for the liver. So that's going to help release anger. So if you start drinking it in your water, it's really good for heavy metal toxicity. Let's see. So we'll do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's good. It's really good. Okay. Next one is just cedarwood. So we've got 1 drop. So I could do 3, but I kind of feel like doing more just because I really love cedarwood. If you're feeling lonely, like no one understands, or you're just like, I don't know, not have community right now, cedarwood is the oil of community and it helps you connect with your higher power so that you feel connected and loved. Like, oh yeah, like I'm never alone. Right? I think I'm gonna put, well, I don't know. Do I want to put 3 or do I want to put 6? I'm gonna put 6. Yeah, that balances it. Because Douglas fir is very sweet, and so it needs the cedar wood to make it.
The woodsy.
Yeah. And when you make a blend, you're looking at the high note, mid note, and low note. So lemon would be a high note. That means it has a high flash point. So the smell dissipates quickly. And then mid note would be like lavender is a mid note, like florals. And then a low note is the woods or the resins. And that's going to keep us a blend longer. So let's fill this to see what I mean. Look how easy this is. I'm just going to stick the little pump top in there and then I can watch the top and I don't have to worry about making a mess. I think this is a winner. So I just like, if you want, you can print labels, but I just have the little white Avery labels that I use and then I just write on them. But you could print if you wanted, if you were making a big batch. I like it a lot. This is going to be supportive. So let me write this down. Okay, so I got my little toppers. So this would be a really sweet gift to give somebody and very inexpensive if you've got all the oils. So that's how that turned out. And it's funny is it actually will smell better tomorrow. Even though I like it now, it needs to kind of settle and then it'll be good, really good tomorrow. So the other book that I'm really loving.
Kim, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is that with all the oils? Like if you make your blends and then the next day they will smell better, kind of like cooking?
I think
Like
exactly
it tastes better,
like
like
that.
the
It's like when you
flavors.
make a soup and the next day you're like, even better. I love when soups get better.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the new Essential Life book. This is the newest edition. But I mean, I know a lot of us can have had the older ones, but I mean, this one's got the new oils from just this past September in there. So, but I haven't really dug into my books in a while, and I'm like, so many things I haven't learned, but I wanted to read you what it said for green Mandarin, because I was just kind of like blown away by the good things it does. Here it is. So green Mandarin, it's cold pressed from the unripened fruit of Mandarin. It's sourced from Brazil. The main things it does is uplifting, refreshing. It's a digestive stimulant. It's a cleanser. It's an expectorant. That means it gets the mucus out. And then it's calming. So let's see. The top uses is for depression, agitation, when you feel afraid, nervous, and inner child work. It says take under a tongue, apply to pulse points, or inhale from cupped hands. It's for situational anxiety. Apply under the nose or diffuse or inhale from cupped hands. It's for digestion. So it's for gas, poor digestion, constipation, heartburn, and ulcers. Same thing, you put it in water. Poor circulation, lymph. What was the thing that caught my attention? It's so the inner child work, because there's so much stuff that we forget that why. This is what I had a therapist. She used a really good analogy. I love analogies. So she said, imagine a room full of filing cabinets. And so every time you had the same feeling you had, so say like your parents left for the weekend and you felt left behind or abandoned. So you might have a drawer for that feeling. And that drawer, when you open it, it's got a full file cabinet full of memories of every time you felt that way.
Mhm.
And so when you feel it in your adult life, it's like the entire drawer got pulled open and you feel all the feelings you felt from all those times. And that's why it can be overwhelming when we're like, what is this? And you're like, dang it. It's from when I was 4 years old, this crap started. So it's helpful to know that and then watch other people's response when it doesn't make sense, when they freak out. You're like, I think you just opened a really big filing cabinet drawer. Shit. So I like that it said that. And I like that it's in this blend, and then I can use that for a higher awareness for my own feelings throughout the day. So I can stop and reflect and then respond versus just react, you know. It's also for wrinkles, fine lines, age spots, stretch marks. The list goes on of all the things, but I love the colors of this book. I like the information. I'm gonna put a lot of this stuff on my new website because it's all about emotional recovery. So you guys can hunt it down if you don't have this book in the new website that I'm sharing probably by the end of the day. I've been working really hard on it, and I'm so excited about it. It's just, I'm happy that my experience in struggles at least can be a gift to humanity. I'm like, please, okay, don't give me any more, God, please. But what you have given me at least will be something for someone else. So I just really liked that. And then Douglas fir, that was one that really surprised me, the amount of things that it does for anxiety. So oops, I keep dropping that. Douglas fir, here it is. The top uses are for mental fog and low energy. So you would apply to your temples and forehead or diffuse to clear mind and revive enthusiasm. That happens to me a lot when I have really good ideas and then I, it's like I write them down and maybe I do them, maybe I don't, but it kind of like I'll lose. It's like my little balloon goes, like I want to like revive the enthusiasm for ideas. Have you guys experienced anything like that?
Oh, yes.
It's like you get a high from having a really good idea, and then it's like, oh, now I feel sad.
You know what my problem
Yeah.
is that I have these ideas and then I don't follow through with them. And then I see other people being very successful with my idea. And I'm like, and so it's kind of like the Lord telling me, like, if you're not willing to do it, I'll get somebody else to do it.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, and then allowing, like, what I like you're on Mighty Networks, Carolina? On our Oil Bliss community, there's an app.
Oh.
It's kind of like our private community that we took off of Facebook so that we could have more candid conversations without worrying about, like, legal issues with the FDA and stuff. So on there, I want to start a good idea thread, kind of like a Rolodex of ideas, because then we don't lose them. So if you're like, that's such a good idea, and then you can write it down, and then like your team can use it, and then it didn't go to waste because like they're using it, So that's what I like about that. Okay, so Douglas fir, mental fog, which happens so often to me, and low energy, depression and tension. So same thing, rub it on your temples and forehead, back of neck. It's for congestion and sinus issues, respiratory infection and cough, muscle joint and soreness, constipation. I think most emotional things that are stuck causes constipation because it's like you're stopping the flow of energy from your body, And then for emotional balance is to help you go from upset to renewed.
I have another question real quick.
Sure.
So, because you hit on something. So when we cough, when we're coughing, is that linked to depression? Like when you have a
Well,
coughing
it can
issue
be.
all
I
the
mean, it's the
time, like you
lungs.
choke?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's grief.
All right.
But I mean, we know people in our life that, because that's your heart space.
Mhm.
So when we feel hurt, our bodies will curl around it. And then this is our rib cage. If this is a cylinder, then you'll start to see this happening and it compresses your lungs. So what I do is I take my ball. You haven't been in any of my ball classes, but Lisa has, Kayla has.
Mhm.
But I'll take my soft squishy ball and I'll just lay on the floor or against the wall. And I'll just compress right here and breathe, and it helps to really open your chest. So I can show you my ball, but if you just get like a dollar store ball, but make sure it's got a little bit of squish, and then just lean
Like
up
a foam
against
ball?
the wall. Huh?
Like a foam ball? Like those spongy balls?
No, like air in it, like a bouncy ball.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
the kids bouncy
Okay.
ball.
Yeah, like the dollar store, you see that big basket thing and they're rainbow colored.
Mhm.
Where you're like, I want a ball. I want the green one, but it's in the middle.
It makes adults want to play with them too.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a good place to start, but I can tell you about a better ball because it's not made in China and smell weird, So
Mhm.
it's made in Italy and made for the body. So, do you guys have any more questions about what I'm telling you about for focus? So, generally what I'm talking about right now is it's like being able to focus through and get through the day, even when you're struggling with other stuff. That's what I find is the hardest. And I don't think I ever knew that. I think I always thought it was dietary. I'm like, oh, I must be eating bad right now, or I'm drinking too much caffeine. But really it was because I was not able to work through my feelings, like cut the shit. So like, cut the crap, Jan. The other recipe that I think I shared a little bit about last week that's in this book too is the grief blend. And that really helped me last week, really helped me. So I had this one and I had been rubbing it over my sternum. And that is cardamom, helichrysum, eucalyptus, bergamot, and I think there's one more. Let me find it for you. That was on. Here it is. It's on page 63 of this book. And the Griever's blend is 7 drops cardamom, 5 drops eucalyptus, 5 drops helichrysum, 2 drops rose if you have this bottle, the 5 ml.
Mhm.
If you have the 30 ml or the 10 ml roller, you're going to use 30 drops of the rose roller. But if you have the 5 ml, then use 2. And then 2 drops bergamot. So that would be the Griever's blend. Carolina, it's the Elements of Emotion. I love that book. So I'm kind of like, got 3 books that I'm really using the most right now. I'm using the Essential Emotions, but the problem I found in there is it gives you a big long list of oils to choose from, but it doesn't give you a recipe. And I hate that. So that's why I like this, because it gives you an actual recipe.
I
And
like
then
that
just
one.
what, did someone say something?
Oh, no, I said I don't have that book, but I like what the recipes you're sharing
Yeah.
with us.
Recipes are important, but the problem with this book doesn't give the affirmations.
Oh, so you got to go to another book for that.
You gotta have, well, this one's got the affirmations, so I gotta use
Okay.
these, I gotta use one for one thing and one for another. So if I were to look up cardamom, and I'll tell you the affirmation that goes with it. Well, I might be able to find it under grief. Let's see. SG. So the affirmation would be for grief. So this is what you would say out loud. If you were using this blend, I'd say before, like whenever you're like, oh my gosh, this hurts so much, you'd use the blend, you'd breathe it in, put it on your chest, and then you would say out loud, I am finding new hope each day. I can now allow grace to carry me. And then if you were diffusing or lying down doing this, you could kind of do a little bit of a imagery meditation. And you would see a weight lifting off your chest, allowing your lungs to expand and receive an abundance of pure oxygen and light. So it's kind of like you have to have both books. That helps me reading it. Now I'm like, okay, I gotta roll this all over me. I'm happy because I do want to use this time to support you guys and what you're going through. If you have something that you're like, what can I do for this? Ask me, because I've got all this resources in front of me and I can look it up for you. And it may be a teaching time for other people listening. They're like, oh, I wasn't brave enough to ask that, or I wasn't sure that that's what I was feeling, but now they're saying it out loud. And that is totally what I've got going on. So I'm happy to look it up for you in these books I have sitting in front of me.
How do you can look up one for me. What about releasing the past? To let
Okay.
go of old relationships.
I'll tell you, tea tree really helps with that. You put it all over your chest. It helps to cut cords. But let me look up past. would be another word for that? Because it doesn't have past in here. So maybe,
Release, maybe.
okay. R. There's relationships. It says neroli, tea tree, on guard, oregano, jasmine, geranium, marjoram, cedarwood, holiday peace, and vanilla. It says, this is the question that you would journal about. What will it take for me to enjoy healthy relationships in my life? Do I love and value myself? And then the thing you'd say out loud. This is on page 255 of this book. Did yours come in the mail yet? No?
No, I'm so bummed.
Oh. Well, I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. It says, I am now open to beautiful relationships that fill my life with joy. See a blanket of peace placed around your body. Imagine its presence allows a trust and calm to absorb into the soul. Does that seem relevant to you? Okay. So I would do neroli and tea tree over your chest, and then you can do some imagery about the future, about
Tea tree
being
and what was it?
neroli.
Neroli.
Yeah. Here, let me read about, let's see if we've got in this book here. If I look up tea tree, let's see what it'll say. URST. The spirit of tea tree removes energetic infections and restores homeostasis. She cleanses away mistakes and energizes the spirit to make the right choices. An opportunity to start fresh is available in tea tree's present. She is subtle yet potent. At first, one may not notice her influence, but like the spiciness of a ghost pepper, tea tree's effect starts off slow with a gentle rising before building to a powerful crescendo. Invite her in when you are ready for drastic changes and potent cleansing. Well, that sounds like a good one. So the blend that she's got, this is called Expel the Evils Diffuser Blend. Eliminate what seeks to destroy your life. 3 tea tree,
What
2
is that?
lemongrass. Did someone say something? Oh, okay. Do you want me to type it in the chat? It's 3 tea
I got
tree.
excited with that. So can you say start again?
Huh?
I said I got excited with that one. Can you start again?
Yeah. 3 tea tree, 2 lemongrass, 1 rosemary, and 1 black spruce. This is eliminate what seeks to destroy your life. Add the drops of each essential oil in order to the diffuser of your choice. Diffuse, expel the evils to rid your body, mind, and spirit of energetic infections that seek to take over and destroy your life. Elimination of external evils is an acute issue that must be resolved first, but embarking on deeper emotional work. This blend is calculating and knows how to eliminate the pathogens with precision. Ooh. I know a lot of people that could be diffusing this in their office. Maybe I should tell my sister about this. So yeah, real interesting. So I know one thing about lemongrass, it's called lightning in a bottle, and it's like the major cleanser of past trauma. And that's why when they tell hoarders when they want to clean out their house, they should diffuse it because it helps hoarders like let go of stuff. How interesting. So, I mean, you could make a roller of this, so I would just triple the recipe. So let me write this in the chat for you guys. So it was, let's see. So eliminate or expel the evils. Roller blend. So it'd be 6 tea tree. Oh no, 9. 9 tea tree. 6 lemongrass. 3 rosemary. 3 black spruce. Okay. So whoever needs to make that roller, then they'll have that handy. So I'm thinking about just writing a PDF and then just having it as a printout. What do you guys think of that? If you're in my downline, then you would have got an email for the newsletter, and it has some of these in the in a whole link. It's a Google Doc. So look in your email, and you'll have gotten an email from me in the last couple days. And it'll have a November newsletter, and you can click where it shows you the recipes. It doesn't have this one though. We just discovered this together. Does anyone else have something they want me to look up? So today I'm going to be rolling my grief blend. I'm going to keep my focus blend going because I still have some more writing to do for the finishing touches of this website, but real excited about it. And I'm just
Kim,
feeling, huh?
can you share your grief blend so that I can make that for Mary?
Yeah. So what I put in it here, let me look it up for you. It was in cardamom. You want me to write it in the chat?
Yeah, that's fine. I want to make it for her because she's still having a hard time. So,
I'm making a bunch today. Unless
okay.
you want to make it. So
yeah, I'll order it from you. That's fine. That way I can give it to her.
Okay. Yeah, I've had a bunch of inquiries because I made a Facebook Live, and people were like, make it for me. And I'm like, okay, no worries. Okay, so 7 cardamom, 5 eucalyptus, 5 helichrysum. Helichrysum has got some crazy, awesome things too. 2 rose and 2 bergamot. I'll read you the helichrysum from this book here.
What if you don't have rose? Could you use geranium? No,
Yeah.
because it's about
Good.
smells or what?
Yeah, here, I'll tell you what it says on here, because in this book, it gives you the substitutions. QRST. Substitutions. Yeah, you can do geranium. It says even substitution, you could do citronella, you could do Davana, geranium, immortelle, jasmine, magnolia, or lang lang, or even whisper. So I like that it gives you the substitutions here, but if you have geranium, you can do that. So for I was looking up helichrysum for you guys. I just love it when I can look stuff up like this. When I first started teaching classes, I would always read from the books, and I just stopped doing it because I memorized so much of it, but there's a lot I didn't know. Let's see. So the top uses are for stopping bleeding. It's for liver and pancreas congestion, obstructed bile ducts, gallbladder infection, heavy metal, blood toxicity, and high or low cholesterol. I've had a lot of people ask me lately, they're like, I can't figure out my cholesterol. And I've been telling them lemongrass, which is also for cholesterol. But this one is an adaptogen. That means it's for high or low. So if you've got low of the good LDL or the bad or high of the HDL, which whatever one it is, it's also for alcohol addiction and cirrhosis. So you would apply over the liver area that's on your upper right side or all over the abdomen. And that's going to help regenerate liver tissue. It's for varicosis in varicose veins. It's for hemorrhoids. So, which makes sense. So it's for wrinkles, stretch marks, age spots. It's for bone bruising, sciatic pain, tennis elbow, nerve damage. It's for shock, anger, and deep emotional wounds. So that's why I like that it's in the grief blend, because that's a big one for finding support for that. That was what caught my eye last night when I was typing this out. So yeah, it's a lot of information to take in. Did anyone else have a question before we end? So if you're living in the area, I'm thinking about doing something on Thursday. So we could do like a little, make some stuff. I'm thinking about doing some scrubs and some rollers and just kind of hang out if you're into it. So if it's maybe it's nice weather, we can do it sitting outside. Or if you feel like going in the jacuzzi, I've got a 12-person jacuzzi.
Wow. What time?
I don't know, maybe like 4, because then it wouldn't be too dark. So then we can go hang out, make some rollers and go in the jacuzzi.
I have
Just have a-
class on Thursday. My day's full.
Are you in the area?
Where are you?
Hesperia?
Yeah. I live in Hellendale.
Oh, okay, you're not too far.
Mhm.
Well, one of these days. Oh, it says, let's see, Lisa, you said, where would you put the grief blend? I put it all over
Yeah.
my chest and I would put it in my hands and then just keep breathing it in. And it kind of
Okay.
took the edge off. It made it
Okay.
not quite so sharp, that feeling.
Mhm.
And then I was diffusing cardamom specifically in my diffuser
Okay.
at night. And that was really
Okay.
helping. So, which I'll continue to do. So at
Yeah.
night, I need the grief blend, and then in the day, I need the focus because I still have to be available. So, yeah. Well, I love you guys. I'm so glad that we were able to do this together, and I'm going to keep doing it every Monday. I want to keep the consistency going. All the recordings are going to be
Can I
housed.
invite my sister? Can I invite my sister to join in?
Anybody can come.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. They just can't be an asshole.
And I love you.
Like,
too.
you're out.
No, she's really nice. You'll love her.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, who would come on this class and be mean? Okay. Well, you guys have a good day, and hopefully I'll be able to send you the website link soon, and then you'll have a resource to be able to go hunt down some of the recipes and the recordings. Have a beautiful day.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you, Kim. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Look forward to the next. Okay.
Well,